Hello and welcome to Your Yes Filled Life. I'm your host, Brenda Winkle. Today on the podcast, we're going to be talking about how to create a leadership upgrade and why you'd want to. Now, before we get started in that, let's talk about what is a leader. Well, a leader is anyone who is guiding and inspiring others towards a common goal. So, by this definition, if you are a physician and you're guiding your patients to better health, you're a leader. If you are an entrepreneur and a founder and you're guiding people to purchase your products, which are going to help amplify their life, their happiness, their health, their relationships, you are a leader. If you are guiding your community to a common goal, you're a leader. If you are stepping out on the PTA and speaking up for the kids, you're a leader. If you are a business professional guiding others, you're a leader. So the truth is, if you're a high achiever, which you probably are if you were drawn to this podcast, and you're intuitive, which is also probably true if you were guided to this podcast, chances are you're a leader. So when we get started talking about this leadership upgrade, we're not talking about this from the lens of you need to improve your leadership. No, not that at all. A byproduct is going to be your leadership will improve, but the real driving force behind this conversation is we need more of you in the world. We need the gifts, the inspiration, the ideas, and the guidance that only you have. And now, more than ever in the United States, we need heart-driven, heart-led leaders who are tapped into their intuition, who are tapped into the divine, who are tapped into what they know is of the highest and best. And that's why I'm bringing you this leadership upgrade conversation in today's episode, because we need you. And even if you're not in the United States, which, by the way, our international audience is growing, it's so exciting. Thank you for being a listener wherever you are. And I'd love to hear from you. Go ahead and reach out to me on Instagram at Brenda Winkle and let me know where you're listening from. And let me know if this episode is helpful. And I'd love to know if there's questions and other ways that I can be of service to you. But let's dive into this. So you're already a high level leader, but if you're here and you're listening still, you're probably feeling like leadership is feeling heavier or more difficult than it should. Maybe it feels like a lot of responsibility, a lot of decisions. Perhaps it feels kind of high stakes. Maybe it feels like heaviness, the weight of responsibility. And probably you're second guessing yourself and you're finding yourself overthinking and spending a lot of time trying to make decisions, sort through what's right. And when it comes to finding the team around you, whether it's building them or learning to trust them, probably there's some kinks. So we're going to talk about that too. By the end of this episode, you're going to learn why decision fatigue is draining your leadership energy and what to do instead. You're going to learn how to make faster, more aligned decisions without second guessing or overthinking. And you're going to learn a simple framework to activate your intuition and leadership clarity. And I'm going to share a little bit about a free masterclass coming up called Energetic Leadership, which is coming on March 12th. And you can register for that at brendawinkle.com/leadership if you're curious. And I'll tell you more about that as we go on. So let's talk about why leadership still feels heavy. So you have chosen to build this business or start this business or be in this career for freedom, to make an impact, to make a difference, right? Whether it's a difference for you, your family, or for greater humanity, or maybe it's your patients or your clients. You want to make a difference. So why does it feel like you're carrying everything and it feels so heavy? Well, here's what's really happening. Number one, every major decision is still running through you. Number two, your calendar is packed with busyness and meetings and responsibilities and to-dos, but there's no space for strategic thinking or intuitive guidance or just really tapping into what your leadership needs from you. Number three, you are intuitive, but you're second guessing yourself and you're getting stuck in overthinking. And number four, expansion and growth feels great and sounds great, but deep down, you're worried that it will add more stress to your already busy and stressful life. And you wonder if you can handle it. So the missing piece is the way that you're managing your energy and your decision making is keeping you stuck in stress mode rather than leadership mode. So let's talk about how we can begin to shift that. Most leadership programs focus on strategy. And let's be clear, strategy is very important. I have a master's degree in educational leadership, and I'm telling you, strategy matters. But the missing piece is energetic alignment and intuitive clarity. And here's why it matters. If your energy is drained, you don't have the same level of access to your intuition. And when you lose the access to your intuition, decisions start to feel really heavy and unclear. It can be almost impossible to figure out what is the right decision. And if you're absorbing stress, energy, and emotions from your business, your team, your clients, your patients, your friends, your family, you're going to feel kind of waterlogged, like you just can't hold any more. And it also will feel like you can't take a step back and you probably have a difficult time resting. And if you're stuck in overthinking or overanalyzing, you probably wonder if you can actually trust yourself. And chances are you are outsourcing a lot of your decisions by asking for opinions from people around you, whether they are qualified to give those opinions or not. And the bottom line is you are the leader. You had this vision for leadership, and now you wonder, where's my intuitive access? Where's the spark that I had when I started this? So let's get that spark back. Okay. And that's what this whole podcast episode is about, the leadership upgrade that can get your spark back. And so this episode is leading into the free masterclass called Energetic Leadership, which is going to be on March 12th at 11 a.m. Pacific. And you can register at brendawinkle.com/leadership. You'll want to go grab your spot. And so I'm going to be going deeper into all of these concepts in that free masterclass. So I'm going to share a lot of the what here, and I'm going to share a lot of the how there. So if you have questions on the how, you're going to want to come to Energetic Leadership on March 12th. So today I'm going to share with you a 3-step decision framework for visionary and intuitive leaders. Okay, so you might want to grab a notebook or open the notes app on your phone, unless you're driving, and in which case, just notice how many minutes you are in the podcast so you can rewind it and come back and listen when you can take notes. Okay, step 1, you're going to protect your energy first. This is essential. One of the questions that I get, especially from highly intuitive people, is, do I really have to protect my energy every day? And the reason that you probably ask this question is there's probably a fear that if you protect your energy, that you will lose that intuitive access, that you'll lose that edge, when the opposite is true. So let me ask you a question. We're going to change the context. I love to do this to teach new concepts. So let's say we're talking about your oral hygiene. Would you say that it is necessary to brush your teeth every day, twice a day? Well, most people, most dentists would say, yes, you need to brush your teeth twice a day. It's not, you need to brush your teeth twice a day if you eat caramel popcorn. It's not, you should brush your teeth twice a day if you eat gummy bears. It's, you should brush your teeth twice a day. There's no qualifier. It's not, you don't need to brush your teeth if you eat only apples. It's not, you don't need to brush your teeth if you eat just string cheese. No, you need to brush your teeth every day, regardless of what you eat. And sometimes you need to brush your teeth even more than twice a day, right? The same thing is true with protecting your energy. You need to be protecting your energy twice a day, quote unquote, whether you need it or not. Okay. And then if something happens, if you're around a lot of people in a very crowded space, or there's an incident or something energetically expensive happens, you might need to protect it more. But you absolutely, without a doubt, need to be protecting your energy twice a day. So I'm going to show you two ways that you can do that. And don't use these interchangeably, use them both. The first way is we're going to zip up your energy. There are other ways. There's bubble up. And the truth is, the best way to protect your energy is the thing that you're going to do. So if you more resonate with bubble up, go bubble up. I don't care. But I like to teach zip up because for me, that visualization of zipping is really profound. So you're going to start about at your pubic bone and you're going to zip up and over the back of your head 3 times. So you're going to make a zipping, zipping, zipping motion 3 times. Invitation to go try that now. Now, if you're highly intuitive or maybe even empathic, chances are you're going to wonder or be worried, will I still have access to the things that I know? And the answer is yes, you will. And the benefit is you're not going to experience them in your own body. You're still going to know that they're there. You'll be able to tell and track and intuit all the things, but you won't have to experience it in your body, which is going to mean you have more bandwidth and more energy because you have an awareness without experiencing it. It's absolutely powerful. So in protecting your energy, first, part 1 is zip up. Part 2 is make sure that what's yours is actually what's yours. By at the end of every day or at the end of a difficult patient or a difficult session or just an energetically expensive event, you're just going to say, what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. And that's really a simple way just to send back any energy that you may have picked up accidentally to the sender. So what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. So in this 3-step decision framework for visionary leaders and intuitive leaders, step 1 is protect your energy first, and that includes the zip up method and the what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. Now, step 2 of the 3-step decision framework for visionary and intuitive leaders is the gut, heart, mind check-in. Here's the thing. Your mind, the mental field, and your heart, the emotional body, and your gut, the intuitive body, all have different forms of information. One of the very common misconceptions is that all intuition comes through your third eye. Yeah, some of it does. But your intuition comes from all over your body. It can come in through every chakra, and it can come in through the 5 senses plus knowing, which brings us to our 6 clairs. And if you're curious about the clairs, you can go listen to the episode about the 18 tracks of intuition. I'll link that in the show notes. But the gut, heart, mind check-in is essential because many times when we take the time to check in with the gut, the heart, the mind, we'll notice that they have different opinions. And my rule of thumb is always to trust what's deeper in the body than to trust the mind. So I'll give you an example. A couple of weeks ago, I was trying to make a decision about an investment, and my mind, my brain, my mental field was all in on this decision. My brain, my mind was like, yes, this is the right thing to do. This is the next right step. We should absolutely do this. When I checked in with my heart had a different knowing. And when I checked in with my gut agreed with my heart, only even in a deeper way. And my gut and my heart were like, no, this is not aligned for us. And the interesting thing is that if you get stuck in a loop of trying to make sense of what the gut or the heart is trying to say to the mind, and you're trying to understand it from a logical point of view, oftentimes that logic isn't able to be found. So the trust has to be so complete that you can just trust what's coming through in the gut and the heart without totally understanding it. And that's true power. That's where your leadership, your intuitive leadership really flourishes, when you can deeply trust your body, where you can deeply trust those lower intuitive centers over the structured mind. And so I like to call this the difference between understanding intellect, instinct, and intuition. Your intellect is going to tell you X plus Y equals Z, and it's going to make sense. It's formulaic. It totally just seems like the right thing to do. But when you check in with the body is going to have a different answer. Why? Because your body is connected to your higher self, even when your mind and your ego is not. And so doing that heart, gut, mind check in is absolutely essential. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do this at the free masterclass, Energetic Leadership, on March 12th at 11 a.m. Pacific. And yes, there is a replay. Go get registered at the link in the show notes or go to brendawinkle.com/leadership. So we are still talking about the 3-step decision framework for visionary and intuitive leaders. Step 1 is protect your energy first. Step 2 is the gut, heart, mind connection or check in. And now step 3, oh my gosh, this is going to be a game changer for you. Are you ready? Step 3 is to trust the yes and release everything else. I'm going to say that again. Trust the yes and release everything else. Here's why. If you're trying to make a decision and the decision in your mind or the decision in your body or whatever is like giving you a maybe is actually a no. And the reason it's actually a no is there's something coming forward, whether it's conscious or not, that says, I don't totally think this is aligned. That's why it's a maybe. And so if you honor the full yeses and you treat them as full yeses and you treat everything else as a no, something really cool starts to happen. If you release the maybes and treat them as nos, sometimes you'll notice that it actually is an actual no. Like, yep, that's right, this isn't aligned. But every once in a while, you'll release a maybe as a no, and then you'll start to realize, oh, hey, wait, I actually think that is aligned. I do want to do that. And so by just releasing the maybes, it frees up some bandwidth so that you can get clear on maybe there's a part of that that actually is a yes. But if you get stuck into overthinking and pro-con lists and overanalyzing, you will get stuck. And you spend a ton of energy in that stuck place. So that's why step 3 is trust the yes and release everything else. So the 3-step decision framework for visionary and intuitive leaders: number 1, protect your energy first. Number 2, the gut, heart, mind decision check-in. And number 3, trust your yes and release everything else. Now I have a question for you. What do you think would change if you fully implemented these 3 shifts? How much easier would it be for you to lead? How much easier would it be for you to protect your own bandwidth? I can't wait to hear. In fact, reach out to me on Instagram. Let me know. Let me know. Now, if this conversation today feels aligned for you, if you feel like, oh my gosh, yes, I want to try these things. I want to learn more about this. I want to upgrade my leadership to lead more energetically. Then I want you to invite me to come deeper with me into the free masterclass, Energetic Leadership, on March 12th at 11 a.m. Pacific. You can register by going to brendawinkle.com/leadership. There is a replay. And if for some reason you're watching this after March 12th, you can still register and get the replay. And, this masterclass is designed for visionary and intuitive leaders. And I have so much goodness packed into this free masterclass where I'm going to be walking you through the heart, gut, mind decision frameworking process. I'm going to be showing you more about how to protect your energy. And I'm going to show you the number 1 way that you can amplify your success through energetic alignment. Leadership is not about doing more. It's not about more strategy. It's about knowing what you should be doing. And together we can make leadership feel so much easier. So I hope you come join me at the free masterclass. And a little spoiler alert, something fun and absolutely mind blowing is coming. It's called the Aligned Leadership Blueprint. So if you're curious and you want to go deeper with me, you can come on the ride with me to Aligned Leadership Blueprint, which is a course that I'll be telling you about in the coming weeks. And let me just tell you, this course is not only designed to be a game changer, it's designed to be a no brainer, meaning I have priced it so accessibly that this is going to be a no brainer. If you want to amplify and elevate your leadership and really tap into that intuitive visionary leader that you know you are, you're going to want to make sure you follow along. All right. Thank you for tuning in today. If you love this episode, would you please share it with someone you care about? And could you please do me a favor? Could you please give the podcast a rating and a review wherever you're listening, especially if you're on Apple Podcasts, where you can leave reviews or comment on Spotify? It takes 30 seconds. And it's one of the most impactful things you can do for the podcast to help it grow. So thank you so much for listening. If you put me in your stories, take a screenshot of you listening, or you tell me something that you're going to implement from this podcast episode, I will put you in my Instagram stories. And I can't wait to see you inside the Energetic Leadership Masterclass on the 12th. Thank you again for listening. Bye for now. Until next time.